Valley, Sunshine, I-100. I'm forecaster GB O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. We got lots of things going on. A little bit later, we're going to have Maria Rubia here to talk about some of the latest things happening around the world with a lot of, we'll talk about anything and everything when it comes to entertainment. So I think it's always a good, so far we've had really good follow up on that. You can check us out on your iPhone as well. I'm just going ahead and seeing who's streaming with us so we can do shout outs. But yeah, we've been getting really good feedback on that segment. So I think you'll be excited for her a little bit later, and we'll talk about some of the things happening, even with some people I had no idea about. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. We got Jesse Sanchez over there. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning. How was your weekend?
Oh, weekend was good. It was. Well, let me put it this way. It was kind of like sometimes I rest after like a big day. If you're following me on social media, you'll know that. Like for example, on Friday I had a big event, which we have every single year. Usually it's in March, but because of COVID, we actually, let's put it this way, it wasn't allowed, right? I remember in 2020, sometimes people go, "Where were you when?" I remember when we went on full lockdown here in San Bernardino. And I remember because we were following some headlines, and I remember saying to the team over there at Cal State University San Bernardino lead, I said, look, it's pretty serious, because there was a lot of people saying it's not serious, it's just a thing, it's not really big. And I said, it's pretty serious, we better pay attention. And a few people said, yeah, it's just like the flu. I said, no, it's actually more serious than that. But they don't want to listen. And then like 2 days later, literally everybody was on lockdown. They're like, yeah, we're not doing lead. So I was kind of like, okay. So it was interesting to see everyone that I hadn't seen for like 3 years, because we do it literally every year. This is, I think, the since 2010, it would be the 12th year, but it's really 10 years of it because we missed 2 years. Anyway, long story short, it was really good. It was a great event, and it was good seeing some people that I hadn't seen for a while, including, our very own James Trotter, which he's helped us with broadcasting before when it comes to anything video. But even he shared some information with me, which I was a little upset about. I was like, what? A good friend of ours, actually, which we talked about on the show here. And I'm not going to lie, I was kind of like, are you kidding me? But the company is called Festify. And we talked about that. And I kind of had to go back in my head and go like, oh, God, what the, and I didn't even know. I literally commented on his Facebook recently because I saw, he was doing something, and I was like, okay. And we've used his service before, but I met him actually when, how some people do things just for fun, Jess.
Okay,
So
maybe.
he like was originally a broker, right? When it came to like financial, right? But he saw what was happening with certain like internet services, how you could tap in via like a phone line and then offer it to people around the area, right? I already known because there were a couple of people that actually had been kind of talking about it, but it wasn't really a thing, if that makes any sense. So um, he literally was just doing camera work for a friend of his, which was doing a broadcast for me that we were hired on, and I was like, okay, this is cool. But I was a little like interested because he was like one of those guys which goes, okay, I see the future and I think I could profit on this. So he came up with a device which allows for you to like tap into. I'll give you an example. They got so big, like up into like people like that produce on Netflix and other things when they're on location, when they want to get the film stuff because it's all done digitally. They have the ability to tap into like a service way far and then beam it to you guys like in like the desert, if that makes any sense. So I remember when he did that at the Los Angeles Convention Center. All of a sudden, he said, "Look, I can get 20 to 20. I think he got 25 megabyte download. I'm sorry, 25. Yeah, actually, it was pretty high. So you know how you have like the average, like the phone you stream download is like 4 or 5, right? 5G, right? So think of like 30G, right? Like that, for example. So anyway, so he was able to do that. And he showed me. He goes, "Yeah, I just tapped into the place over there at the across the way." And I said, "Okay, that's kind of interesting." But anyway, he legitimized it, provided a service, was able to be at some like festivals and some other stuff. We had talked a few times, especially in 2019, 2020, because I wanted to do business with him because I thought, okay, he could actually help what I was doing up, in the desert. And he's like, "Yeah, I could totally help you." Anyway, so I found out he recently just passed, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So big shout out to Damon Schrottberger, who actually helped create Festify. And I do hope, I remember, going over to his place over in LA, which he had a location, because he was able to, help us out and kind of let us do some really cool stuff. But he's a young guy, Jess, and I'm not gonna lie, he's young where you go like, that's not cool. Like I'll give you an example. I'm seeing pictures of him. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up, which I thought, this really kind of like, this is really him because he's really a nice guy, and he even did something for us. He didn't charge us. He's like, "Yeah, whatever you need, just get the word out." And I'm like, "Okay." And so we talked about it on the show, and he was really nice. This is him, Damon Schrottberger. I literally wanted to go visit him. He invited me over to his place in Palm Springs, and I know he had a situation a while back where I probably won't say much about it because again I don't know how much of it is kind of private. But I will say this: it was not fun hearing that someone who was like making a lot of money. He literally quit his business as a Wall Street broker, and he went and did his own thing, and I was like, A, happy that he did, and B, like, okay, one day we'll work together, right? And I think that's kind of the part where it kind of like makes me like, it's hard, but anyway, when you get back with people that you haven't seen in a while, they kind of give you kind of an update, and you get like this little thing that you're like, people are really sad out there. Literally, like my friend was like, "Yeah, I don't know if the business is out there," because he's doing a lot of MMA stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, the business isn't out there," because he usually does a lot of broadcasts, right? And because of the lockdown, because of certain things, it's like, so I was like, "Can you, I'll go ahead and find a loan to get the equipment from you," because I felt like he wanted to sell it. And I'm like, "Please don't sell it because there's a huge so anyway, if you're a person that needs like broadcasting when it comes to video or anything like that, let me know, because evidently he's feeling that little thing, and he's been doing broadcasting for a while. Again, my friend, and this one too, who just recently passed, because I knew we were going to probably do something together, because again he can provide wireless wherever, right? And it's just, he gives you this, I don't know what they're doing with the company, I really don't, but I hope it stays alive. I know there's other people that have kind of popped up since, but he was actually bringing in some good, I know his place, like I never got to see it, but he was like, "I'm really proud of it, I'm fixing it up." But anyway, so I'm just not happy that this is a situation for him. But he, really young guy, and so full of life, and yeah, that's all I can say about that. So I guess, Jess, what I'm saying is, if you have friends out there and you haven't seen them in a while, check in on them, because if they start, or if they stop posting something, on social media, or because sometimes things don't come up. Like I'm seeing all these like, "We appreciate you, Damon, for everything that you gave us," and I'm like, I didn't see this on my Facebook. So sometimes you hear through the grapevine, you're like, I feel a little late on this. How did this happen? So I'm seeing a bunch of people that have posted things about him, and again, he's just a great guy. He's just like a supporter, and he did it for the right reason. He never really like said, "Oh, hey, I want to charge you a arm and a leg." He's like, "Whatever you need," right? And he was a fan of what we did here at ABC News Radio KMET. In fact, I wanted him to help us with our streaming, but again, this is just one of those things. So I'm seeing all the appreciations and photos that you could tell, even all the way back to him being in high school, and you could tell he was just friends with every girl that he was ever with. So again, they're just like saying, no man, like this guy was cool, and he was, he was a fun guy. And in my brief moment in time, I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not fun to see a young life. I think that's what I'm trying to say, taken so soon. You know what I mean, Jess?
Right? It's never a good thing when you when someone passes away. You know, oh my god. Yeah, I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah. So this is him with you know. Anyway, that's him on the right, and if you're tuning in on any of our social media channels, again, he really appreciates social media. He posted certain things on his Facebook. I'm going to keep it private because I don't think he wants it out there. But again, to each and everyone out there, just remember, whoever, let's put it this way: there's so many things happening. It doesn't matter how young you are. In the last couple of years, in fact, oh, that's the thing. So when I kind of met up with some people, they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" I go, "How you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, all right." And then I found out a few people, like someone lost. In fact, and he holds it really like you wouldn't know. But behind the scenes, he told me, "Yeah, I'm kind of having a hard time in a way." And that's the founder of the Latino Education Advocacy Days. He actually lost his son earlier this year. And I remember because I commented on social media. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry about that, and I didn't know what to say. I really didn't. But his son again. I had never met his son, but he's like, yeah, you got to be there for your kids. And I'm like, yeah, but he's very like, I hate to say it, but I'll say it. He's very like not a typical. I don't know how to say it. Like a typical guy that you go, oh yeah, you have kids. I've only known him as kind of like a single man. You know what I mean? So it was kind of interesting to kind of hear him go, you know what, you got to be there for your kids, and the baby mama. He talked about the baby mama a little, and I'm like, okay, yeah, because sometimes there's baby daddies, there's baby mamas, and he's making go of another relationship, and thank God she's there for him. But at the end of the day, when you lose someone young like that, especially due to anything and everything. Some people are dying of cancer. Some people are dying of coronavirus. Some people are dying of things that they don't even know. You kind of see people go, yeah, I don't know what to do. And I asked somebody else. He said, yeah, my father passed away recently, like a year ago. And I'm like, yeah. And somebody said something. I said, yeah, I buried a couple people due to coronavirus. So, and then some people were like, yeah. Oh, and then I had a friend who told me, I said, hey, by the way, did you get your recent shot? And he said, oh, I got the one in spring. I don't know if I'm able to get it yet. And I said, okay, well, you should get it as soon as possible. He goes, thank you. He goes, I got it in July. This guy's young and vibrant, right? He says, I got it in July, coronavirus, that is. But he had gotten the vaccine right before, right? So instead of saying like, oh, I got coronavirus because of the vaccine, he said, I think it saved my life because at the end of the day, I was sick for so long. I'm still recovering. He goes, I got so much brain fog. It's hard for, and so I was like, okay. And that was in July that he was sick, but he's like, I could barely start walking again, like, and not run out of breath. I'm like, okay, it really affected you. And it's kind of a thing I'm hearing. That's why they call it long haul COVID, right? It's kind of a slow roll. So don't get COVID. And I know not a lot of information's out there because I talked to somebody over like the week and he was like, oh, it's over. And I'm like, it's not over. It's just a lull. We're going to see more things coming out soon. And I think you need to be aware you need the shot, but he was like, well, the flu's worse. And I'm like, okay. And that's true. That's true. I had a friend also get sick this week. And I said, please don't come to lead because she was going to host with me. And she got sick with the flu. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want to get sick. So she's like, okay, I'm going to stay. And then, she went to the doctors to get tested. She was responsible. And then they said something about that, which was just, your throat's really swollen. We need to give you stuff to help it out. But they although I think maybe it's a false negative, which happens a lot because she's still sick. But they gave her some stuff for her throat because it was swollen. She's like, I didn't think it was that bad. I just had 102-degree fever, and I was like, okay. And again, this is at the end of September, so we're going in October, November, and December. So I guess my point is this: whether it's a flu, whether it's whatever you want to call it, just be safe. And then please, 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 please don't die on me, okay? Because so many people are getting that long haul thing, and then I'm seeing them age like years. So just be careful out there, okay? Anyway, we got to take a quick break. Coming up around the corner, we got some other stuff. Jess, I know you got something you're working on, so we'll come up with that next here on The Morning Show. Stay tuned.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
The Holiday Inn Express in Suites and Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff and spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express in Suites and Banning, conveniently located off the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at hiebanning.com.
Out the door, in the car, off to work. The same old morning routine. Take a break and stop for hot coffee or a latte and a fresh homemade cinnamon roll or chocolate cream puff. Donut Delight on Highland Springs Road in Banning is a locally owned family business with a friendly staff and customers who are always glad to see you. Get your morning off to a great start at Donut Delight on the corner of Highland Springs Road and Ramsey Street, right off the I-10 freeway. Serving the Pass area for 22 years. Donut Delight is open at 4:30 a.m. daily.
Football season is back, and every Monday night, the Two Coot Lounge at the Yamava Resort and Casino in San Manuel is where you need to be. Come cheer on your favorite team and become a Club Serrano member for your chance to win incredible prizes, enjoy food and drink specials, and be entertained by the 66ers dance team. It's the Monday night pigskin party at the Two Coot Lounge at the brand new Yamava Resort and Casino in San Manuel in Highland, California. Rep your team, and we'll see you there this Monday.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing in Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing in Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing in Banning.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for spending time with us. I'm literally looking up the Facebook feed because I know I had made a comment on one of his stuff. And literally just a few months ago, he had literally said this: friends and family, if you know me, you probably know how much stuff I have accumulated over the years. I try and consolidate everything in Indio before I start spending more time in Belize. Here's the first of many rounds of collections up for sale, barter, or consignment. So he had a lot of stuff, Jess. He had like baseball cards. He's just like, this is the thing I always plan on doing in my, early 40s. And I was like, oh, that's smart. And I mean, like, he was, I didn't take him up on any of this, but I'm just looking at his plan. His plan was not to like go away anytime soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally understand. So wow. Yeah, he should have totally wrote down his journey, like what happened, blah, blah.
Yeah. And I think Facebook is kind of like a journey of his life, but I think he had goals, is my point. And again, he made a success of the company Festify. So I really hope they do something with it, and I hope, maybe in the future we can help them out, especially in honor and in memory of him. Because I know he wanted to give internet to a lot of people and get productions and stuff like, camera people and production sets, kind of that, ability to tap in, especially at the convention center. I remember when he did in front of me and I was like, they offer this stuff. You like, but they only give you like a megabyte download. So anyway, Jess, I know you're working on a story. What's going on over there?
Yeah. No, I just heard about this a few days back. Did you hear what happened to Bruce Willis? No, he's not dead. He's still alive.
I was gonna say you kind of scared me, Jess. What's going on with Bruce Willis? I'm like, not another thing, man. He's already okay. Go ahead. What? Man, I don't want to hear it. Go ahead. What?
So he sold his deep fake. So he sells deep fake firm rights. So he sells his likeness to be recreated to this company, so that they can recreate his facial image and stuff.
Okay. I thought it was gonna be worse. I'm like, okay, all right, okay, all right. It doesn't sound bad. What's going on with that?
So a spokesperson for Bruce Willis denied that any ongoing partnership is in place with Deepcake, and the company confirmed that Willis remains the exclusive owner of the rights to his likeness. That's weird. So yeah, it says that he sold the rights, and they're all like, oh, okay, he didn't sell his rights. So it's weird. But like, would it be like, why would you want to watch a movie with Bruce Willis or any actor in general once they passed away?
Tupac. What? They
Wow,
did it
you
with
answered
Tupac.
I know. Why would you though?
Oh, okay. Money.
Okay, that's an easy answer. I don't know even why I thought about it. Money.
Okay, let me help you out though. You're not wrong, by the way. You're not wrong. I had this discussion with somebody at the Digital Entertainment World Expo, okay, which actually is in every year in Manhattan Beach. Last year, I don't think they had it, or they did, and they did it virtual. But I spoke to someone who was kind of in charge of this stuff, and he made very realistic. Like you get a scan, Jess, and you have your own like what they would call digital avatar, right? Like you can actually have you go into the digital space of like metaverse or whatever, with Oculus or with Cosmos, Vive, and you could go in. There's a game actually called Cyberpunk. You gotta check it out. It's pretty cool, and you can sit in the world of VR, right? But, and I had this conversation with a guy, and I said, but isn't that a problem eventually? Because, and this is why they probably backpedaled. If you sell your likeness, they can use it for anything they want, right? And they actually have, like, you've probably seen one where they have Tom Cruise, but it's not Tom Cruise. The guy wears the guy's, like, face, but he acts like him, he talks like him, but it's actually, like, a program that makes it look like it's Tom Cruise, but it's not Tom Cruise. It fools a lot of people. Anyway, they talked about the problems with that because someone could pretend to be you, Jess. They could go on like like let's say you had a lot of money, right? And they wanted to pretend to be you on camera. They could do that. And they could be like, "Oh, I'm checking it on my account." And then like, "Okay, what's your password?" You get the password, everything. So your likeness can be stolen like that. But when it comes to entertainment, as long as your family gets that right, I say that's fine. Like let's say Disney, right, wanted his likeness to be that. But he wanted to give that to the rest of his kids down the line, right? They would benefit from that. But right now, companies are going to benefit from that because they would own the likeness. And that's the problem. That's why I think they backpedaled on this, because if they give that up, Bruce Willis in effect says, oh, I don't need to act anymore. But in effect, there's nothing that says, let's say they want to do a film in like Belize. Let's just throw that out there. And it's a small independent film. And then all of a sudden it has him in it, right? But he doesn't get paid. Does he have a right to get paid? The answer, that depends. If he knows about it, right? Now, can he sue for his likeness? He cannot sue for his likeness if he's already sold it over to someone, right? Like, if, for example, Marvel owns the likeness of certain things, so they can reproduce you as a doll, and you never get credit because it's Iron Man, but with your face. Like, just as, Hulk Iron. You know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean? So it's a very, 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 like, I think they need to be asking that question when it comes to, like, where does the money go eventually? Back to the concert of Tupac. When they had Tupac as a digital hologram all of a sudden, the question is, yeah, okay, people went and they said, wow, this is awesome, this is what we could do. But the implication is, who makes money in the end? It's like copyright for music. If you do like copyright for music, then you're fine. Right? But that's kind of the thing, and I don't think people are really understand what that means in the future. All right, we got to take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
1490 presents Beaumont High School football. This Thursday night, October 6th at 7 p.m., Beaumont hosts Redlands Valley. I'm Mitch McCullough. Join Brett Malek, Scott Reed, and me as the Cougars meet the Wildcats. Beaumont football broadcasts are sponsored by Del Taco Beaumont, Oak Valley Florist, Applebee's in Beaumont, Little & Sons Insurance Services, the Sandtrap Sports Bar and Grill, Cherry Valley Nursery and Landscape Supply, Donut Delight on Highland Springs Road, Truckworks, La Michoacana, Pericone Juices, and Ramona's Mexican Restaurant. That's Beaumont High School football action this Thursday night at 6:45 for the pregame show, live from Beaumont on your home for Cougars football, KMET AM 1490. Standard time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit to get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems, for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000, and stay warm today.
Hey, Mark's here. We want people should know about the new Italian radio show on KMET. Like my Uncle Vinny used to say, Cumbas non stunad.
SID, there is no such words in Italian.
Forget about it. Tell them about the show.
The Italian radio show presented by West Coast Italian Radio.
Mondays at 4 p.m. on KMET 1490 or stream us live 24/7 from our website at WCIR.biz.
Make sure to tune in.
You don't want that we should have to tell you twice.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I'm so happy it is that time for our very special person who knows everything that there is about music, and everything fun, really. We got Maria Rubio with us. Good morning. Welcome to the show, Maria.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you very much. You know, lately we've been having people kind of tune in and say, hey, where is she? We want her every week, but we have you every other week. I know you're kind of getting busy, especially in the coming days, because you got something coming up, right?
Yeah, I've literally got my single booked in for the recording studio now, so I'm really excited about that.
Nice.
And I've been sent more tracks as well that some, are not that I would say fab. So we say thank you, but no thank you. And some that are phenomenal. So obviously we go with those.
Yeah.
And and some that you can't, if I can't sing them live, I'm not going to sing them. I don't do that. I don't pretend that I can sing it, and they tweak it in the studio. So yeah, we've got lots of exciting things. It was my little one's birthday party this morning, Bailey.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, congratulations, Bailey.
Thank you.
Hey, as they say sometimes here, another trip around the sun, right?
Yeah. It was so awesome. He blew out his candles and had a lovely, lovely time with his friends. So let's just get right into it.
Okay.
The Duchess of Sussex are eyeing up homes in inclusive California private community, the exclusive one called Home Ranch. I don't know if you're aware of that one.
I'm not going to lie, I don't.
Okay, yeah, me neither, but it's like, it must be where all the celebs live, After deciding that their 14 million Montecito mansion does not properly accommodate them. So that's quite vague. We don't know what that means, but maybe it's just the lifestyle that they think, well, actually, the Californian lifestyle suits them a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know. Got no clue.
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, there was words out there saying that they were going to move back to the UK after the Queen passed, but that doesn't seem likely.
Maybe. Well, yeah, I know there's a lot of things kind of in flux, right? Since the Queen died, obviously there's a lot of things. I know she wasn't there, and then she was, so it's good she showed up. But at the end of the day, it's like in California, there are areas where it's more expensive than others. I don't know if she's going. Are they going bigger or smaller? Because sometimes they might even downsize.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know what they can get for 14 mil. Are they going to put more money in? Are they going to? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I know that they have the best of both worlds. They can stay, in the U.S. I mean, isn't she Canadian?
Question mark on that, because I don't know where she was specifically born. All I can say is that she likes the lifestyle over there. She doesn't like the lifestyle in the UK or other countries, and so hence why he's hopped over to there. The saying, "Happy wife, happy life." I think that
Yeah.
goes without saying with them.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do think she wears the trousers. I've got to be honest.
Yeah. Well, and you know what people don't understand is like, over here, Suits was a big thing. You know what I mean? And that's how I got introduced to her. I know she had been acting before that, but when you think of acting, you think of roles. I hope, in essence, I mean, I think it'd be cool if he kind of picked up the acting bug. You know what I mean?
No.
No?
No.
Why not? He's got like the
No.
the Queen did it. Think about it. She was in Paddington.
The thing is, right, that's like asking one of your presidents to then turn into acting. It just is, that would just be weird.
They done it. They did it. We had an actor as president. That's Reagan.
Yeah, no, I don't think that gels well. I think you should just keep to what you're good at.
I get it. You see, as future king, possibly, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so shortly after Gangster's Paradise artist's death, September the 28th, sadly, fans rushed to Coolio's World Web to buy t-shirts, mugs, hoodies from his online store, and it actually crashed.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know that he passed, so that was pretty sad when I heard about it.
Yeah. I know we reported on here, and I was like, are you kidding me? And I was like, wow, he still looked young. I remember him when he was in his teens, because it was, Coolio, right?
Yeah.
But I think the fact that people kind of like went there to kind of support, I think at the end of the day, they say he just kind of like went into the restroom and then died. I don't know exactly the situation, but it's kind of the thing like, you're like, whoa, what did he die from,
That's so sad. I mean, my granddad died like that. And obviously he wasn't on drugs or anything, and it's just like, oh my gosh. And he'd actually got his heart checked the day before, and they said he was absolutely fine. It's just so sad. Life, I think we should appreciate it more, and we're just so busy with our lifestyles, aren't we? And it's just stress and work and stress, and I think sometimes we need to just stop and just enjoy life itself. Even listening to the wind, looking at the trees, looking at the sky. Do you know what I mean? We don't do that enough.
No, we don't. No. And I'm glad you said that. I literally just found out yesterday that a good friend died, or maybe it was the day before, like a month ago. And I literally just commented on his Facebook, and I said, hey, by the way, because he was kind of like, getting something taken care of. And I don't know if he wants it out there, but when I heard that he died, he's so young. He's like in his 30s. He's younger than me. And I remember when he started his business, because we used to do camera work together. And when we met, he said, hey, this is my idea for a business. I think I could make wireless for everyone. It's very easy. And I said, hey, that's a good idea. You should do that. And he went from broker to like, camera just for fun for our mutual friend who I saw, just a day ago.
Yeah.
And he was like, he made a good business, but now he can't do anything with it because, he passed. So I don't know if he had coronavirus or something else, but I know he was battling a lot. And I know he kind of, in a way, rebounded, but now it's like, so we really do have to give a nod, kind of like, with, the Coolio news, to those that have, well, basically they're no longer here, but we go, thank you for, what you gave us. And we, I don't know what you say after that,
It's really sad. I mean, I've got a friend of mine who was quite big in the film industry as an MUA, absolutely stunning. And she just had a baby, and she just found out that she had breast cancer. And obviously I'm going to babysit the little one. Let me just take care of the little one whilst you just get yourself sorted. Just get yourself sorted. And it was horrific to watch her from this young, 30-year-old, stunning, beautiful girl inside and out to she looked about 80. She couldn't walk. She had a stick. And it was just so gut-wrenching. And I had to have the conversation with her as to, because her family were in Australia. And I said, I'm going to be blatantly honest with you. I've got no contacts of your family. And if, God forbid, something does happen to you, I'm going to be left with her. And I don't know what, with a baby. And I don't know any of your family. Anyway, thank God for that conversation, because she passed like soon after. And little baby then went to Australia to live with her family. And obviously we still stay in contact. And she had a beautiful statue of her in her family's garden, of her and her ashes around, so the little one can see mummy every single day before she goes to school. And yeah, but you just think, my gosh, it's any age, isn't it? We just need to embrace life. I think we need to buy less stuff, and we need to enjoy more of life and just each other, because I think materialistic stuff means nothing.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I mean, there are things that kind of keep food on the table. They put, money in the pocket, which, what we need to live on this earth. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like always, value those that are still alive. And then, of course, appreciate them while they're here, right? And again, for those that don't know, MUA is a makeup artist, and you knew and know quite a few, right?
Yeah. So talking about value, this is really sad, to be honest, and I hope that she really gets help for this, is Chloe Grace Moretz. She's seen for the first time after speaking out about her body dysmorphia, triggered by a cruel meme. And it took a toll on her mental health so badly that she basically had mental problems and became a recluse. So that's the downside of being famous, is you have people that, criticize you in such a way you don't even want to leave your own property. How sad is that?
Oh, it's horrible. I've known people that literally don't leave their property. I forget what they call that. But
that's agoraphobic.
Yeah, thank you. And that's the word. And I've seen people pull them out of that by honestly getting them a dog, and they're like, "Hey, get this dog," and then the dog needs walking, and then that was kind of like a emotional support for that person. But you never know what triggers or what keeps somebody away from others, and it's sad because dysmorphia, I don't think people understand what really that is.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, a lot of people think that they're ugly, and obviously they're not ugly, but they feel that they're ugly. I mean, it can derive from so many different things. Like her, it's some horrible troll that has said something and it's just stuck with her. And I'm like that, to be honest. If I can have 1,000 compliments, but if somebody insults me, I will remember that insult for the rest of my life, and it will stick with me. And I think, oh gosh, are they right? And you start to self-analyze in a very negative way. That's not healthy at all. That is not healthy. No. The only people I do listen to now are my children. So if my little one goes, "Oh, mummy, your bottom's getting bigger," I'm like, oh, okay, that's it. It's time to lose weight now. I must have put on some weight.
Kids do say what they see, right? I know. I had someone say that recently. I think they said, "Wow, you have a lot of gray hairs." I'm like, in my head, I'm like, no, I don't. I'm like, wait, okay, I might have one or two, but you focus on. But I'm like, all right, just let it go, just let it go. You're right.
Yeah, that's why I love children so much. Is they're just so honest.
Yeah, one time I had a little kid go, "What's that on your neck?" I go, "Huh?" He goes, "What's that on your neck?" And it was a bump, right? And it's acne, and I'm like, oh man, kid, but I just said, I don't know, and then I walked away. But that was when I was young. Now I go, oh, that's acne. Believe me, you don't want it. Take care of your skin, right? Speaking of which, you have something for the skin that I know we were talking about before we got on. Can you talk about that?
I like that link. You're so professional, Aaron. Okay, so I don't know if you've heard of the brand called Upcircle. But they are basically used, again, by all the MUAs, makeup artists, by all the beauticians, celebs, etc. And it's absolutely phenomenal. So I'm discussing the Upcircle cleansing balm, which is so rich. I mean, I've used it myself, and it banishes all signs of makeup, even mascara. And the combination of apricot powder, blackcurrant seed, and sea buckthorn oils, they melt away the products, dirt, and deep down grime with minimal effort to leave your complexion free and clear.
Oh wow.
Basically, it cleanses so deep, um, and you can really see a difference, but it also gives you a glow as well.
Huh.
And after having children, that glow goes. I believe that once you've given birth to your baby, it all goes with it. The vitamins and nutrients just go out of your body. So you need something to help with that glow. And that this is phenomenal. It gets rid of pollution. It's extremely healthy for the skin. And it also is very good for wrinkles. So yeah, that's a definite buy.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now as we're, I'm putting it in. It's for here in the U.S. It's us.upcirclebeauty.com. You can check it out in your own area too. I know it's European, mainly because the telephone number is European with the 44, which we have different numbers. But Upcircle Beauty is where it's at, and they're all natural. Some things that I know we appreciate here more than not is discount, and right now I think they have if you order anything over $30 you get free shipping, and they have a student discount for you students out there, but for anyone and everyone it's pretty good, including some stuff for the skin, including like and this is kind of cool, anyone who has like certain types of skin. I think they even have a quiz that you can take, and you do that, and then it'll kind of advise you which one you need, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, they do for young and they do for mature skin. So it's absolutely fantastic. Talking about fantastic, the amazing Ed Sheeran, he has actually come out and designed in connection with the jewelry Wild Fawn, because of his album that's come out. He's come out with a butterfly necklace, which is limited edition. How cool is that?
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. So it's Ed Sheeran X Wild Fawn jewelry. Basically linked with his new album. So yeah, I wouldn't have thought that Ed Sheeran was going to come out with a jewelry collection, but maybe he's just happily married, and that feminine side is coming out, and good for him.
Well, I don't know that he wants to be, I mean, being married doesn't mean your feminine side comes out. It just means,
I knew you were gonna pick up on that. I knew. Yeah,
just a little. Every guy's like, dude, chill. Like, we're not feminine. We're still, Maybe he cares a little. Maybe there's a kid along the way. Maybe he's feeling that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I meant. I didn't mean that he's going a bit,
Yeah, I'm just saying. The guy just wants you to kind of go like, check out my new stuff, I mean, it's a thing.
Aaron.
It's a thing,
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying, and we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Eva Longoria, soon obviously it's Fashion Week, she put on, I don't know if you've seen the photo, she looks stunning, a leggy display in a white short suit, while Monica Bellucci, again also stunning, looks glam in black at Ellie Sa's Paris show. Jordan Dunn also looked absolutely stunning she had chocolate faux leather at Hermes show during Paris Fashion Week. Have you ever been to a fashion show, a high-end fashion show like Paris Fashion Week?
I have. Shout out to Sue Wong, who actually we're friends on Facebook as well, and I've been to a few of her parties, and really cool designer. You would love her, and you would love.
Yeah.
I mean, the place that she was at was like it was owned by some really big people, but usually during that week, are they? I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been out to a fashion thing like in years. So where was that held?
Good question. So I don't know, and I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's all right.
Paris.
Awesome. That's great.
Paris fashion show is in Paris.
Yeah, that would make sense. Right. Okay. So
Your coffee, Aaron.
yeah, I know. I know. Seriously. All right. So
You haven't had your morning coffee yet, have
I
you?
haven't actually. I need one. I need a cup.
See?
I know. But well, because we have here Fashion Week, so I keep getting like them confused. But anyway, I got to go to a fashion show, is what you're telling me, huh?
I totally get it. I totally get it. Don't worry. Paloma Faith, do you like her music?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have any of her music.
Okay, but you heard it on the radio, right? Is she popular in the US?
Let's put it this way. I've heard the name.
Okay, cool. She's quite big in Europe and in the UK. Basically, she has what I really, really love about her is she's very, very down to earth, even though she's quite big. She's got 2 daughters, one who's 5, one who's 18 months. She's never told the public the names of the children, nor has she put them in the public eye, which I love, absolutely love, because I love it when famous people do that because they're respecting the identity of the child, they're protecting their safety as well. Because obviously, you know, a lot of people look at what happened with poor Kim Kardashian, you know. I think it's really important to keep your child out of the public eye. That's my opinion anyway. Because a lot of people actually use their children, like on TikTok, on YouTube, to get super rich. And I think, no, I wouldn't do that. What do you think about it?
Well, okay, I think of a kid named Ryan, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and he and his dad started off videos on YouTube, and now he's like a multi, like, you know, by the time he's probably 18, he'll probably be like a super millionaire, right? But again, is that his money, his dad's money, his parents' money? Whose money is it? If they set it up right, it will be always for him because at the end of the day, it's under his name, right? But I think the question that I think you're kind of, in a way, saying is it right that if you're a celebrity that you put your kid out there front row and center? And I say, well, that depends on what they do. For example, I know some parents that are celebrity that hate their kid in the public eye. They don't want that out there because they're afraid of like kidnapping or somebody doing something bad eventually, right? Then there's others that say, hey, I'm going to make a model out of you, but they're already kind of famous themselves. So at the end of the day, I'd be like, okay, would you want that for yourself? Because I have asked that question when you know, but at the end of the day, I go, okay, I think that's a question that each person has to ask themselves. I don't think I have a right to say, hey, no, or do, or, you know. I remember Michael Jackson, for example, he had like masks on his kids. Now I'm like, that's not a bad thing, especially during coronavirus. But people used to make fun of, you know, going, well, why do you do that? But honestly, it's just because he didn't want them in the public eye, and he didn't want them to be exploited at the end of the day, which is kind of a thing that they may want to do later in life. But again, I don't know.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. I think it's up to that child when they grow up to then choose what they want to do. Like some follow the footsteps of the parents, you know, and some don't. And I just think, just leave everybody's, you know, they've got their own opinion, and you know, but you just got to be careful with children, because I think, you know, they're so innocent and they're so, you know, they don't know what they're doing. They're obviously children, and I think it's important to respect what they want to do.
Yeah. I mean, I think of the Gerber baby, and I think, you know, the Gerber baby, no one knows who the Gerber baby is anymore. But the Gerber baby, you know, is like, I think they had a report or something, and they're like, okay, who's the new baby, you know, for diaper or anything? And I'm like, if I was like an adult, I wouldn't want to be known as the Gerber baby. You know what I mean? But that's me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I did a Pear soap advert as a baby, just because I was spotted in my pram, and my mum was like approached by someone who said, "Oh, she's so pretty," blah blah blah. That's cool. Like, put it in a trust fund for the child. Do you know what I mean?
You got it.
Exactly.
You got it. Yeah. Put in the future for the kid. That way the kid doesn't ever feel like you took advantage of them when they grow older. And I think when we hear of certain, like I think of several celebrities that kind of got taken advantage along the way, and they're like, my parents just want to make money off me. And I'm like, well, okay. I mean, they were kind of like, and it's, but if you set it up right, then you're fine. I know the Jacksons are kind of like sometimes about certain, like, you know, the father, and they're going, okay, well, did he really do the right thing at the end of the day? I know they're all pro Ma, but the Ma didn't do anything bad for them. She always like, whatever you want, you know, I'm with that, you know. So I don't know. I think it's to, you know, everybody is different. And I think at the end of the day, if I were Ryan's father, I'd be like, hey, set up a trust fund, make sure he's good to go. That way, if and when he decides to like walk away, he can, right?
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Okay, so did you know that James Gunn has just got married?
No, I didn't.
Yes, he got married to actress Jennifer Holland. They tied the knots and partied the night away with cast of Guardians of the Galaxy, including Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, and Karen Gillan.
Oh, wow. Okay, Jennifer Holland. What was she in that he met her in?
Well, do you know what? I don't know the answer to that one. And I basically, I know her, but I don't know what and how they met. That I don't know. But to be honest, all I know is that they are madly in love, and the vibe that I got is that this one is going to last.
Well, yeah,
so
I see she was in Peacemaker, but it looks like she was in Suicide Squad, which was kind of the prequel to Peacemaker. So I think at the end of the day, I say yay for comic, man. You know, because
Yeah.
I think maybe if they didn't meet there, oh, it looks like she also might be in Black Adam, which is coming out. She's been an actress for a while. She was in American Pie. So I think if they met, I hope it goes, you know, full circle for them, and I hope they're happy.
I agree with you. I mean, you know what it's like. It's quite a small circle anyway. So
Yeah.
they've either met filming, or they've either met, either met at a party or even at the Ivy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
everybody knows everyone.
I mean, she
But-
was in Zombie Strippers, so I don't know if they met there or if he's a fan. Like, I don't know how he would say, like, hey, I loved you in Zombie Strippers. Can you be in a movie, you know, that I might produce? I don't know. And then, you know, like I asked that question, when was the time you go, okay, or did you even know she was in Zombie Strippers? Because, you know, that's a thing. So, I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's definitely a fan, that's for sure, because he's got the ring on her finger now.
Yeah. So I guess, you know, check it out. Zombie Strippers starring Jennifer Holland. I'm just looking it up now. I didn't know anything about her. I didn't know, you know, they were, you know, so hey, I hope they'll be happy along the way.
Same. She's very, very pretty.
Yeah.
And he just looks like the cool dude. You know, he's just effortless. You know, the ones that are so talented, they just like cool dude. He's like that.
Well, it
And I
says
think
here
a
they've
lot-
been together since 2015.
Yeah, it's real love. It's strong love.
Oh, then they met way back when. Oh, well, good for them.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? And I think it's really respectful of them to just chill out, get to know each other, enjoy their time together, and then get married. I think that's lovely. And maybe next step will be children. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. All right. Well, we've run out of time, unfortunately. I got to let you go. But I want to say thank you for spending time with us, giving us the 411 on everything, especially when it comes to entertainment. And also thank you for always keeping it fresh.
Thank you, Aaron, for having me. And I hope that you have a lovely day.
Yeah, you too. And give my best to the fam.
I will. And to you, big hugs.
Big
Bye.
hugs. All right. We got to take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Hello, listeners. This is Christopher from The Christopher Show. Hey, if you missed one of our shows here at KMET, don't worry about it. You can go to our webpage, and that's KMET1490am.com. Go to the homepage, click on the SoundCloud tab, and hear any show anytime you want.
Okay, guys, that's it. We are out of time, and we appreciate each and every one of you for spending time with us. And again, download our app. It's free, KMET 1490 AM, top of the news, right here, right now. Bye, everyone.